Hello and welcome to Double G Studios. Today I prepared a short slideshow of some astrophotography with a specific theme. So back on the evening of March 19th, and I think one observation on March 20th, I did a little thing where I had both my telescopes out, where is it? The Dwarf lab and the Seestar both. And what I did is I would point them both at the exact same object at roughly the exact same time and have them both observe the same object at the same time. So the slideshow you're going to see will show a somewhat of a comparison between the differences between a Dwarf Lab 2 and a Seestar S50 telescope, how they see the same object differently. This is not a, how would I say this? This is not a comparison to see which telescope is better, because that's a dumb comparison. They're not the same. The Dwarf Lab has different optics and focal length than the Seestar does. So they both have different optics, different focal lengths. They even both have different sensors. So it's not fair to really compare one to the other for the purposes of saying which one is better. In this case, though, I did want to do a comparison just to get a feel for and to show how the two different telescopes would view the exact same object. What you'll find is that the Dwarf 2 is well suited to large nebula like Orion or the Rosette, large galaxies like Andromeda, and then once you start to point at objects that get a lot smaller than that, then it's really much less effective. But it's still also good for star clusters and other things like that. The Seestar is good for all of those things, but when you do point it at large nebula or large galaxies, you do have to put it in a mosaic mode to be able to capture the same large object in the same frame that the Dwarf Lab can do in just one go, again, because of the different optical setups. Yeah, the Dwarf Lab has a wider field of view. But to get a better picture of some of the objects that the Dwarf Lab has trouble with, the Seestar does bring those in, some of those in, quite a bit better. And so anyway, I prepared a short slideshow consisting of alternating pictures. So the first picture of an object will be the Dwarf Lab picture. So if you see Dwarf Lab as the telescope used, the picture coming after that will be the same object as seen with the Seestar, and it's labeled accordingly. And they'll alternate that way. Dwarf Lab Seestar, Dwarf Lab Seestar, Dwarf Lab Seestar. You get the idea. But that's the theme of the slideshow you're about to see, assuming you're still watching. So anyway, off to the slideshow.